Oh me, oh my. I never thought this day would come. I didn't even say howdy at the start. That's how serious this is. Somebody in my tier list video, which was a very not serious tier list video, it was pretty low quality, just made to piss people off, but someone said, why Ashe an S tier? That was not a joke, Ashe being an S tier. They said Ashe is not an S tier warfare, and that he was bad. And that's, you can do his invis, but way better with arcane trickery. And I was like, did this guy take his medication? Has he ever played Ashe? Anyone that has actually played Ashe, especially in level cap, knows how unbelievably strong this man is. So I guess we're doing a video. I mean, there's already plenty of Ashe videos on the internet, but hey, here's another. In case you want to see my Ashe fashion, I actually keep forgetting to show it off in my other videos, I think. Not that it mattered too much in like my Voman video, but there you go. So what does Ashe do? That's what we need to ask first of all. So let's go to a build where I have no helmet. I unfortunately have a helmet on all of his builds. God damn it. I guess we'll start here. Okay, so his passive is one of the strongest passives in the game. Bleed effects, so the slash status proc, deals 25% more damage. That's multiplicative. And it lasts 50% longer. That's insane. Way, way stronger than most passives in the game. Shuriken. This is just an ability that throws a shuriken and does a little bit of slash damage. Ignore the Seeking Shuriken and armor reduction, that's from the augments. It's a pretty doo-doo ability on its own, but it has an augments, which I'll show right now. Seeking Shuriken, that makes it so you reduce armor. It's not permanent, it has a duration, but it's 70%, so it barely takes any strength to do a full armor reduction. So he can have armor strip without a helmet just by slapping on an augments. So that makes this automatically good because armor strip is so valuable. Plus this works on, like, you know, acolytes, whereas, say, Terrify does not, or Pillage you have to remove their shields before you can strip down. Smokescreen. Horrible base duration, but it makes you go invis. That's not hard to deal with because you can comfortably build duration on him, and it's not hard to recast. The guy was like, I hate, it's annoying to recast. I mean, it really isn't that hard. Like, if you have casting speed, it also goes much faster. You can put casting speed shards on it. I'm on Matarai. I mean, that was pretty damn easy. And it also makes smoke everywhere and blinds enemies near where you cast it. So, you know, Invis, the strongest form of survivability outside of Mesmer Skin. It also has an augment that makes it so it can make your allies invisible as well, which is super nice, giving you a lot of support ability for your teammates to make them never die. And it also gives a 150% crit chance to your weapons while you're invisible. That is huge. It does not skill off strength. The crit chance does not, which is sad, but that's still incredibly strong. Then we have Ashe's fourth ability, Teleport. I think this is very underrated. This is what most people get rid of, but it's very strong. You teleport to an enemy and open them up to a finisher. You can also teleport to allies or objectives. So incredible for movements. And because you open them up to a finisher, it obviously makes getting finishers very easy if you need to for your weapon. Right? See, you go to them and then you just press the finisher button. There you go. Quite nice. I mean, like, with this range, look at this. That's incredible for getting around. Amazing. Super underrated. It also has an augment called Fatal Teleports, making it so it will automatically perform a finisher instead of just opening them up to a finisher when you teleport to enemy, though it can be finicky. I find it only auto-performs it like half the time, so you might still want to press the button. But much more importantly, it makes it so you do 200% extra damage. And that is multiplicative. Like, that's a whole separate damage buff. And that scales with strength. So if you're at 300% strength, you get 600% damage, 7 times damage on your finishers. On top of that, it refunds 50% of the energy of Fatal Teleports if you get a kill after casting it. Not that teleport costs a lot, it's only 25, but that's still very, very strong. Very underrated ability and augments. Then finally we have his fourth ability, Blade Storm. This marks enemies for being attacked by shadow clones of yourself. And every attack will do damage, though it will not show the damage. It is a pseudo exalted weapon, I believe, right? So the mods on your melee will affect how much damage the clones do, but you cannot see the damage numbers for the clones. They do true damage as well, but you can see the damage for the slash that they apply. Now, I'm not going to explain how pseudo-exalted weapons work here, but they do follow the typical rules of pseudo-exalteds, where conditional mods like conditional finality do not work. This can be get energy costly. Now, if you have casting speed or attack speed on your melee, it will make the clones attack faster, and you can mark enemies up to 3 times, right? So if I just hit them it applied it too fast. But it will mark enemies. Wow, why is it doing it instantly? I swear, maybe it's just instant now. It used to like take time. But you activate that, and then you have to manually end it, and your clones will go through one at a time, which is unfortunate, but they will one at a time go and attack all of the enemies and apply slash to them. And again, it's a pseudo-exalted, and they deal true damage. So you can do some pretty interesting things with it. It is, on its own, not great if you don't build into, but if you build into it, it is a stupidly powerful ability. Like, just way, way too strong. It's so funny. It's broken the game several times, okay? It's a very good, very strong ability. So, that is what Ashe does. He is a invis frame that has very strong augments. Oh yeah, he also has an augment for his 4. That makes it so you get 10 seconds to your combo duration on your melee, and every hits from your shadow clones builds up your melee combo counter. That is affected by strength, I believe. So we would slap on Umbrella Intensify? Yes, so it makes building up combo super easy if you have that augment. All of his augments are good. All of his abilities are good, including his passive. He's very strong. If you're invis all the time, you're nearly invincible, and you can deal a ton of damage, and with an augment, you can armor strip. And that's without putting a helmet on him. You can put helmets on him if you want. He's also very easy to build. So let's say this build right here, right? In this case, I got rid of Fatal Teleports just because I was trying to use Bladestorm, though I actually, most of the time with this build, I would prefer to have Roar over his 4 instead, right? And then we would go Precision Intensify instead of Umbrella Intensify. So yeah, Roar instead of his 4, and then keep Fatal Teleport. Smokescreen for our Invis, we have a ton of duration, so it lasts a long time, as well as our Roar, as well as the Armor Strip from Shuriken, because we have the augments. We also have the augment for Smoke Shadow, Molt Efficiency for more duration, Arcane Consequence, so we have a ton of parkour velocity, so we're fast as fuck. Equilibrium for energy. This is a very, very straightforward build. You can just always be invis, Roar double dips on dots, and we already have our passive that gives us more damage on our dots, so our slash will do an ungodly amount of damage. And then, like I said, armor stripping all over the place. Very, very strong build. Then, you can do some very kinky things with, say, Fatal Teleport, right? Teleport, Fatal Teleport, and Marked for Death. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Very high strength, Steel Charge for more damage, Molt Augmented, so we get even more strength as we build it up, more strength from Umbrella Intensify, then, Stretch for more range and stuff on our Marked for Death, as well as Overextended, so we get a big nuking radius. So here is my Skiajati build. Skiajati works great with him for finishers because you can go invis. Because with this, we have no invis. We got rid of invis for Marked for Death. But since we can just finish our enemies all the time, we go invis anyways because Skiajati is godly. We just build this to be able to do big PP damage. Now, I am going to go ahead and switch from Manurai to Naramon so it's easier to keep my melee combo up. We're going to want to build our melee combo first because that is important because, well, that's how melee weapons work. Build it unbelievably fast. We're chilling. Now we go back over here. We are not going to Armor Strip because Armor Strip is overkill. It's not even necessary. Marked for Death. They're all dead. That's pretty juicy. And because Skiajati is a thing, we go invis every time. You can also do that with your clones with Marked for Death. So, Marked for Death Shadow Clone, and it will spread the damage. Now, it obviously did not one-shots, but that is only because we have not built for our 4. This is not a build for our 4th ability. But if you used it, it would one-shot easily. I mean, you can see it already almost one-shot without building into our 4. So you can do this kind of build with Fatal Teleports or your Shadow Clones. Either one will be extremely effective and very satisfying. This guy is big PP energy. I don't understand why he said he was bad. Like, the fuck? Then this build right here is super comfy. We don't really need strength, only a little bit to be able to full strip with Seeking Shuriken, which we have enough for our full strip. 45% is enough. Smoke Shadow again to be able to go invis, high duration. We still get Fatal Teleport, or still get Teleport so we can get around and do finishers, and Silence so that Eximus can't do their abilities and Acolytes can't, make us not invis anymore by ending our ability. Silence is stupidly strong. This right here is the most comfy, least effort Ashe build there is in existence, right? Like, this right here is going to make it so easy to go level cap. If you want to go to level cap, Ashe or Loki are going to be the 2 easiest to play outside of Octavia, but Octavia you have to constantly press all 4 abilities, so we don't like her. Other than her, Loki or Ashe is easily the best Warframe, their easiest Warframe to take to level cap. This is so freaking strong and so easy to play. I'm actually going to show us in a mission. I would go into Steel Path Void Cascade. We aren't going to go for long, but we will show it off in a mission so you can see how easy it is. Now, what the guy said, like why his invis was terrible, is that you can just go invis with Arcane Trickery instead. I don't think that is an equivalent invis to Smoke Shadow. First of all, you can't use the augment for free crit chance. You can't make your teammates invis through the augments. And this also is very inconsistent. 30 seconds of invis you can get, but it's a 15% chance on a finisher kill. Finisher kills aren't hard to get, but 15%? Are you kidding me? As opposed to casting this with Molt efficiency in this build, once every 20 seconds. This is way easier to proc and way better because of the augment. This is just infinitely better than Arcane Trickery. I don't know why that guy seems to think Arcane Trickery is just like way better, but it's fine. Maybe one day he'll find his medication. It probably rolled under the fridge. So yeah, Ashe, unbelievably easy. I'm going to use this build right here. We will use a weapon. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll put on a slash weapon. Soma. Soma's a horrible weapon. This weapon fucking sucks. Soma and Karnan, this shit is terrible, but we'll use it because we can. Then I'll stick with this mediocre Skiajati build that could actually use some help because it's not very great. And I'll slap on a secondary weapon, I guess. I don't need a secondary to kill. I'll just put Velox on, I guess, with a slash build. Sure, why not? Yeah, that works. And then, if you want even more damage, you can go Panzervolpifile and spread viral, making you even more powerful. Now, we are on solo, right? Yes, we are. And it is Grineer, which is perfect because that's what Slash is effective on. That's the wrong version. Here we go. Steel Path, Void Cascade, solo with Ashe. I'm not going to go very far. I'm only going to do, like, the first 2 Exilizers so you see how it works. Now, you're obviously going to need energy. You can just energy pad at the start or wait until you get kills. I prefer to just energy pad at the start since, it makes things go more smoothly. But once you get things going, oh buddy, it is so smooth, so easy. So now that we got all of that, invis, silence, and that's all it takes. We go in. Here's a Thorax. Oh, what's that? Easy armor strip, and then we can just melt them. Like I said, Soma's a terrible weapon, but even so, it's going to be able to do some decent slash. I don't know, kind of not really. Soma's terrible. I was going to make a video on Soma, but it's just so freaking bad. But yeah, look. Invis, they have no idea we're even here. This is absolutely free. And I mean, if you have a powerful slash weapon, unlike Soma, you're not even going to need the armor strip half the time because slash goes through armor and he has a passive to make slash significantly more powerful. I mean, what more could you ask for? This guy's insane. And if you're playing with teammates, you can always cast your invis near them so that they also get to be invis. That guy's dead, he's a kill. We just always do that. You can always stabby stabby. It's easy. Oh no, this guy's over here. Teleport to him to get here fast. You can armor strip with your shuriken. Unfortunately, that was horrible. Sometimes the shurikens won't target the enemy you want. That's the only complaint. But usually it's not a problem, right? In worst case scenario, you can just spam your shurikens. As you can see, we do have an energy problem, but that's just because I started spamming my abilities. You definitely want to make sure you're picking up energy. Oh, I know why. I forgot to put an energy mod in this build. Yeah, this build is not perfect. You're supposed to have equilibrium or energize. But if you have one of those, your energy should be more than fine. Like equilibrium, you can see, wait, well, there was health orbs until I picked them up. There were health orbs everywhere, right? So if you have equilibrium or energize, you'll be absolutely chill. And you can also always run arcane steadfast. That's a also very good option. Ashe, unbelievably strong. I really don't understand that random dude that left a comment. I'm sure most people know Ashe is good. I'd say most people do, right? I don't know who the hell told him that Ashe isn't, but I mean, to each their own, I guess. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. If you liked, then leave a like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more random shit. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can get monetized. That would be epic. Adios.